what is the millennial kingdom going to be like? Well, throughout the Old Testament, it actually gives us a lot of hints. In Isaiah chapter 11, verses 6 through 9, Isaiah gives us a little taste. And this is prophesied about over and over and over again throughout the Old Testament. I'm just going to share with you a handful of verses that give us a little taste of what this millennial kingdom is going to look like, what Jesus ruling and reigning on the earth for 1,000 years is going to be like. Isaiah chapter 11, verses 6 through 9, Isaiah says this: "The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb. The leopard shall lie down with the young goat, the calf and the young lion, and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. The cow and the bear shall graze. The young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. The nursing child shall play by the cobra's hole, and the weaned child shall put his hand in the viper's den. And they shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountains, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord as the waters over the sea." The earth will be full of the knowledge of the Lord, just like there's water in the sea. Guess how much of the sea has water in it? All of it. So just like all the sea has water in it, the knowledge of the Lord is going to be over the whole globe during this 1,000-year time. Later on in Isaiah chapter 66, or 65, I actually believe. Isaiah 65, verses 19 through 25, he describes here, he says, "And I will rejoice in Jerusalem and joy in my people, and the voice of weeping shall no longer be heard in her, nor the voice of crying, nor no more shall an infant from there live but a few days, nor an old man who has not fulfilled his days. For the child shall die at 100 years old." If you die at 100, you're considered a child, because people are going to be living a long, most scholars believe if you're living during the millennial kingdom and you're being obedient, you're going to live the whole 1,000 years or longer. "But the sinner, being 100 years, shall be accursed, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat their fruit, and they shall not build and another inhabit, nor shall they plant and another eat." Do you know what that means? No taxes, okay? You grow it, you eat it. You're not planting something that other people are eating off of. That's good news. No taxes in the millennial kingdom. That enough is something to look forward to. Especially this year, I owe the IRS some money, so I'm a little fired up about taxes. You know, it's not too bad when they trick you and they slowly take it out of your paycheck over the year, but when you do it the other way and you actually have to pay them and write them a check, it's a lot more invigorating. He says, "For as the days of a tree, so shall be the days of my people. And my elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands, and they shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth children for trouble, for they shall be the descendants of the blessed for the Lord and their offspring." A glorious time in Micah chapter 4, verses 3 through 4. It tells us that there's actually going to be a time of no war. It says in Micah chapter 4, verse 3, "And he shall judge between many people and rebuke strong nations afar off. And they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn of war. But everyone shall sit under his vine and under his fig tree, and no one shall make them afraid. For the mouth of the Lord of hosts have spoken." The end of Micah chapter 4, verse 3, where it says, "Nation shall not lift a sword against nation, neither shall they learn of war anymore." Do you know where that's found in our country? On a rock wall outside the United Nations building. This verse is engraved on it. Now, I hate to burst their bubble, but the United Nations is not going to cause that to happen. The only thing that's going to cause that to happen is when Jesus Christ rule and reigns from this earth, when they're going to take their swords, an instrument for war, and use it for plowing, because they don't need it anymore, because everyone's getting along, because we have a true and righteous leader, Jesus Christ, and you and I as the church are enforcing his righteousness. When people get off a little bit, that's where we step in. You type A control freaks are going to love this time, okay? You're just going to be able to step right in, and black is black and white is white, and the rules are the rules, and if someone gets out of line, you get to slap them on the wrist, and you're just going to have a great time with it.